All right, all right, all right. I just said that because I just finished watching Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg, so shit was in my head. But yeah, we back. FXBros, Australian dollar analysis. We still bearish. I just hopped into another sale. Yes, sir. We got a nice engulfing candle. Damn, did I just close out those windows like a dumbass? I sure did. Fuck it. We had an engulfing bearish candle on this reversal, so I hopped into another sale. To even if we break got Friday. I think we got Scully in this thing. Whoa. What's that? Ain't shit.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Man, what's up, man? You already know. You already know. Feeling good. Feeling good. Feeling
No, that's
great.
good. That's good, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's engulfing is still engulfing.
Yeah, who's ever like I said, that was a perfect entry. Whoever's in sale, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I just got
ride
in
that. Yeah,
right when I
ride that.
closed.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I still got a tester up here early from Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I felt like it was gonna do that because I didn't see no bullish, no real good bullish setup. I mean, granted it did push up, but the ideal setup that we be looking for, I didn't see that. So I felt like that move up was just a little minor retest to take out both levels of lows, this recent and Fridays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Down what's that, 68, 68?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah, bro. It's like it's real beautiful, you know what I'm saying? When you can just work with these markets and don't get caught up.
It's like I'm saying, bro, like with the ease of just looking for one thing.
Yep.
Like you know how easy it is to look for a yellow school bus amongst a bunch of black ones.
Yeah,
All you
I
gotta do is
mean,
just
it's
wait
that it.
until it pop out.
No, that's it. I mean, people think you gotta be a star to, you know what I'm saying, to be good at something. Like, come on, man, think about a championship teams that had those role players. Dennis Rodman didn't do nothing but play great defense and catch rebounds. He didn't care about nothing
And
else.
he got a ring.
Got a ring. Got a couple of them.
Guess who
Yeah.
else got a ring?
Who else?
Some of the niggas that was on the bench that never touched the ball during the game.
Exactly. Just know how to play their role.
They just know how to play their role. Exactly. I like you said it.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the same thing. Of these markets, look for one thing. See what you good at. What works for you. And if you can, you know what I'm saying, attest to that in time, and you done went through months of consistency, then yeah, man, don't go astray.
Right. That's what's up.
Don't go astray, man.
Yeah, last week was epic. I mean, if y'all can see on the charts here, you know, I'm gonna pull up a new one just to. This one good, but as you can see from last week, basically, what last week started at 9th. So we scroll back to the 9th, which is right up in here. Bam. Market open right here. What do we have? A nice engulfing, kind of based off of this swing. This is a minor swing point, but it's still, you can say it's some sort of like resistance here from this area, especially with the support from right here from this O. So yeah, nice sell opportunity. You missed that one, it's another sell opportunity right here. You missed that one, it's another sell opportunity right
Yep.
here. You missed that one, it's another sell opportunity right here. After this one got stopped out, this one was good, but if you would at least probably waited for the next candle to close, you probably would have got it stopped out, you know, at a small loss instead of it going over here. But nonetheless, you got back in for another opportunity. And as we continue on through the week, you know, it just kept dropping. So any sales down here, you could have easily put stops above the highest swing, which would have been a real large stop, but it gave you the profit right here.
Yep.
So that was one of the most riskier trades of the week. I think that was like on a Thursday or somewhat around that Wednesday, Thursday. But nonetheless, man, it was then you get another one right here on Friday. And then
Yeah.
a additional one
Friday
for that
was
morning.
crazy.
Friday was
Friday was
crazy.
crazy.
London gave you one and New York. Like
Yeah.
this is this ridiculous, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. And I mean, like I said, it's just the importance of finding something that you claim that you see a lot, you notice a lot. Like if the Australian dollar would have been printing a shitload of inside bars, then that's a good candlestick to pattern trade. Or
Right.
the morning star, or this, you know, it's all kind of patterns, you know. It's just whatever one that works well for you. Trade only that, and you gonna be golden.
Thanks. We're looking like on the news for this week.
For this week, let me see. Um, we got Monday, tomorrow night, 7:30 Australian news. Um, no news on Tuesday. Wednesday, we got building permits, housing starts. So that's big news. I don't know if it's gonna push, but it might affect something because I know the housing market is starting to shift. So
Mm-hmm.
we might see you know, low numbers in building permits being submitted. So who knows? Thursday, you already know. Friday, nothing. So this is a light week.
Yeah, this is
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
a
a
good
light
week.
week. Yeah,
It
if
could be
anything,
a rebound week.
yeah, yeah, it very much so can. I mean, this already swing up could continue for the rest of the week, and then on Thursday we could get a nice reversal off of some of them highs
Yeah.
if it plays out like that.
But considering this is crazy. Considering the
Oh,
way
you
the
gotta leave
weekly
everything.
candle closed, look at the weekly candle how it closed. It has a solid candle to fill. Like this is like it would almost be like a no-brainer to take another trade for the week and then go to sleep like a coma toast.
What kind of candlestick do you see for the pre? Are you You looking for the previous week that closed?
No, I'm looking to the left, all the way to the left, and see that it
All the way
has,
to the left.
yeah, and
On what day?
look on the weekly. The day would
Uh-huh.
be the week of April, the beginning of April. That big bullish weekly candle right there.
Right
Yes,
there. Okay.
yes.
Oh, it's
So
trying to fill that.
ain't no trying. It's gonna feel.
Yeah.
It's gonna feel that
Yeah.
price. It's gonna feel that price, like,
And that's I got
because
a zone right there too
yeah, yeah.
at the
No,
bottom.
it's gonna at least
I had that
it's
for the
gonna
daily.
go because it already closed like in the middle of that body. Like at least it's gonna go down to fill that wick to like the areas of
Look how I got
61,
the daily.
6160. Yep.
That daily was the last or the first initial bullish swing that also engulfed on the daily. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Not only that, this one engulfed from the COVID low. Hint, hint. Don't sleep on that engulfing, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That nigga Jay was he was on it, bro.
Yeah, bro. It just, like you said, over time you notice things that do work within your initial trading plan. The first one, that's the thing. People think about, oh, a trading plan, I need to make sure it's perfect. Like, no, bro, the shit go change every.
Mhm.
I would say if not, uh,
Often. That's all you
no,
can
yeah,
say.
no, but I'll say like
Often.
quarterly or yearly. Like, especially
I
in,
can see yearly.
yeah.
I can see yearly.
And if you are trading, these for people that's, I mean, a lot of people that's looking into getting into this. This is trading. So if you are able to be profitable during these times, then when the dust settles, you are going to be on top of things.
Yes.
That's all I can
Dead
say.
ass. Because what comes after this is either a strong bullish or bearish market, a continuation. Like after all
Yep.
the dust settles, things start to retest on the weekly,
Right.
you know, and shit. So you could just ride that wave, kind of like how if you would have just took sales at the beginning of the year or in
Yeah.
May, I think.
No, that's true. That is true.
But I wanted to ask you, what brought you to the engulfing candlestick pattern? Was it the fact that it stuck out to you, or you was just picking that one out of all the different patterns and you like, let me see what I can find? Like,
Well,
how was it?
when I was trading the low time frames, looking at
Okay,
the 15-minute real hard for my setups, I noticed that when it was an engulfing uh candle, price will head in that direction sooner or later, you know, especially when it was in within the trend. So I noticed the
okay,
trend more when I started trading the higher time frames because I'm looking at the 4 hour and the daily, you know, and
gotcha.
sometimes even the weekly, because now I'm turning into more of uh, a swing trader. I just get scalper entries,
Hmm.
and some of them they get stopped out at break even, some of them 10 pips, and then the runners, like, you sitting in them for days, couple of days.
Big
So
facts. Especially when you basing it off a daily trend and you getting in on hourly increments, you could just basically ride the wave and add to the position as you catch swings, bullish swings going up and
mhm,
bearish swings going down. You don't really got to get out that first trade. If your account size can hold it, depending on your risk and what you got on. But yeah, you could just add to the position and then scale out when you see a opposite engulfing candle. Because I'm looking at the daily, and yeah, bro. I mean, just that candlestick in period, bro. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could find nice setups in golfing trades on a 1 minute. You know, it's
yeah,
just you waiting for that type of shift, that volatile shift. For whatever happened in that candle, it caused it to overtake the previous candle,
yep,
and it's going in the direction of the major trend. Like that, just that scenario is just a recipe of success,
yeah. And then
no matter
when
what
I
time
mean
you're looking
by
at.
when I mean by the overall movement. I look at the daily to see if it has been engulfed. Like right now. If you can see the way the week ended on that daily candle, it was a color change after two bullish candles, and then that big bearish candle for the day that engulfed both of them, both of the bodies. I don't really care about the wicks for direction,
Right,
you
right,
know. And yeah, man. So that's how I noticed my direction for my hourly candles. So
right,
if I see any movement bullish, I'm not tripping. I'm like, I'm not trying to get into those because they look good and they are good, entries. Dudes, a lot of people trade that, those are retracements, you know what I'm saying? So getting into those, that's not a bad thing. It worked for people. That's cool. But I look for those
right,
easy ones. So I just let it do its quick jolts up and move up until it start, you know, losing its strength, and then it turns around. And when it turns around, it's going to be heavy, and that's when it engulfs. You enter in first. What I do is enter first with a tester, so that way when it goes up and I see that area that you know, I would have a stop loss at. Sometimes it'll wick up and then come down, and usually if it comes down with a lot of volume, I'll get in a little bit earlier than my previous entry on the 15-minute. Um, like I said, man, in the future I'll definitely have some videos going to depth while actually live trading. But
right, 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 right.
yeah, that's how I usually get down, man.
So you don't. I mean, overall, you're not really changing bias of trend unless the daily is getting engulfed
Yep, I don't care
in the
what
opposite.
happened. Yep, it will
Facts.
have to close. And in that sense, if it's really going opposite direction for the day, and I didn't nothing didn't happen for the day after, like I said, 10 or 11 o'clock, I'm done.
Facts.
Anyway, so what usually happen is some crazy nonsense that'll happen in the afternoon, and then that daily candle
It'll
didn't even
retrace.
engulf. Man, come on, it wouldn't even engulf. It's still for sales or buys depending on the setup. So it's
And you just
really
find
really
another
waiting
entry.
for yes, and you find another one. If it don't happen till a week, it's okay, because when it does happen, it's going to be sweet. Like, so, yeah, man, wait it out because you know what it's gonna do. Like, yeah, bro.
Yeah. I got out of them sales very quick. I just want to see how it's gonna close.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, the first
One
one,
thing
like
I've
I
been
said,
getting
is
out,
it.
one thing that I've been noticing too, I ain't mean to cut you off, but
No, you good.
when I see an engulfing like this previous bearish candle on the hourly engulf that other one,
Hmm.
based off it could be a potential, this could be a potential resistance zone with this support wicks right here.
Yeah,
Um, if the next candle trades above the body of that engulfing one, I get out. I don't even wait for it to get to my stop loss and shit
gotcha.
because I don't want that to happen. Like if it this engulfs, it should shoot down like this one did. See how it engulfed and it never came up to these highs? See
Yeah,
how this one engulfed and it never came up to these highs? Like that's the trade.
right.
That's the fucking trade. And this one, like see how this one engulfed, kind of it came up to the highs, but being that it closed like this, and if this one does, and then the next candle starts to
That's what I was
trade
about to.
below
Yes,
it, then I get
yes,
back in. But if I don't see any continuation, like the candles don't close below the wicks of that engulfing or whatever, and we don't see no continuation, then yeah, I'm most likely that one go probably get stopped out, break even, minor loss or whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's like some of the signs I've been noticing. Like, if it's engulfing and it's going up, it could be a potential where that could be just one of those retracing balls on a smaller time frame and continuation for the reversal trend that could be forming.
yep.
But I really don't like these wicks right here. So I think that can get ate up easily. It's not strong wicks, it's like it didn't touch the same point and try to like go deeper, deeper, deeper. Like that was a real strong low. So, that seemed like that was just a false retracement to break higher. It got a lot of people into buys, and then as you can see, it manipulated people in the buys right here too, taking out those highs, turned around, then created a strong bullish candle to let all these buyers know, like, yes, we was right. It's coming back up, and then turn right back around and drop. Like
Head
that
and
let me know
shoulders.
all this shit. Yeah, nice, nice head and shoulders. All this shit was manipulation. So I feel like it can drop. So it's just based off this close.
Yeah, you always every this another thing.
That's why it's good to watch it while you're in a trade too, if you can,
Yes,
because
but don't
you
get
can see
caught
the
up.
heartbeat.
Don't get
Nah,
caught up.
nah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Because
you can
what you
see the
do,
heartbeat of the market though.
for sure. But any time frame that you enter on, whatever candle that you look at the close of that and said, okay, off of this, you know, this time frame and this candle closure, I'm going to enter off of that. That next candle, whatever it fakes you out or something like that, if it doesn't closes and engulfs it, then you are probably good in that trade. Like I said, this is what I do, and it
So
works.
you just wait. You wait for the next candle to close
Next
and
hourly
see if it's
candle,
going engulfing.
next hourly
And if it
candle.
don't engulf in there, you can stay in the trade. But all
Yes,
right, what if this one don't engulf it, but the next one shoots high and closes above your previous entry engulfing?
then that trade is not good anymore.
Got you.
You know, because what I would do is I'm waiting
Because then you
for
got a high chance for it to take out this high wick
yes,
if it does that.
yeah. And like you said, man, once you in the trade for sure, like yes, I always do that. I get in on an hourly or whatever and look at 15, 30 minute, and like Six said, you can see the heartbeat, of the
Yeah,
market,
even
and it
watching an
helps.
hour, like you like. Granted, it's kind of boring sitting watching an hour form. Yeah, yeah, you probably want to watch it in increments, but don't let the increments fake you out of your trade,
Hmm.
because the hourly didn't close yet until you get that 59 close. Whatever hour you on, when you get that 59th minute close, then the hourly close. Whatever the fucking 5 minute, 15 minute did, don't let it fake you out of your bias until that next hour close.
Thanks.
You know, but I would still have a stop loss above, the recent swing or a nice zone area, just
Always.
in
Yeah.
case if this hourly perhaps didn't close, but you just get a big jolt of news or something happened or whatever the fuck, and you get a big jolt, like a 30 pip jolt, even though it's a fake out. You don't want to be in that type of drawdown because it could be a fake out or that bitch could close up here and continue shooting up.
Facts.
So you don't want to be in that waiting just to let the trade breathe. Like, give it some room to breathe, but don't let it just freely breathe because it'll go against you and then you negative 20, 30 pips.
Hmm.
And now you trying to decipher if it's gonna turn around. Like, man, just get out. Just take that L. It's better to take that L and learn from the one mistake of having a too wide of a stop loss versus letting that loss eat up all the profits you probably made.
Yep.
Because you one hit away from all. If that recent volatility make that type of move to where not only did it stop you out if you had a stop loss above it, or if you didn't and now you negative, you now in a high volatile market. And regardless if you lost or if you are negative 20, 30 pips, get out that trade, because any market that's in the top eight candles, pairs, and the top eight pairs, the top strongest currency pairs,
Hmm.
they move at a minimum. 80 to 100 pips on average, some 150, 180 on average. So with you taking a 20 to 30 pip L is also setting you up to potentially catch a reversal move, and you might just make that money back in the same trade, the same session,
Oh yeah, that's
which
how it
is
happens.
now a break even session. It's now a break even session. You ain't lose no money and make no money, but you learned a valuable lesson because you could have lost less if you would have had a tighter stop, then captured that move on a reversal and made
And
profit.
made profit. Yeah,
So just that's why it's good to just take that L instead of just like, nah, I'm gonna see what they do.
manage
Because
that risk,
potentially
man.
yeah, it's gonna reverse on you and it's gonna turn into a 50 pip loss when it could have been a break even or a small profit day if you would have caught the reversal being out of the move. You could have saw it from the sideline versus sweating in a
Yeah,
negative trade. Trust me, I've been there millions of times, and I could whatever chapter in any book from a guru that says get out of a trade when you at a loss, whether it's 100 pips, 50 pips, 20 pips, like get out the fucking trade, bro. Just get out. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt like a motherfucker, but just get out the trade. Cause at least you cut the bleeding. Now you can heal.
yep.
But if you don't stop that bleeding, bro, you gonna die.
That's why you got to use a stop loss. Usually, if you have that feeling, you are not, you don't have a stop loss.
Yeah.
You know,
Are you too over risked?
yeah, which you shouldn't, shouldn't be doing. Well, to each his own. I ain't gonna lie.
Facts.
Um, yeah, sometimes if it look good and you confident you've been doing it so a long time, yeah, load the boat. But I don't recommend that for new people. But
Hmm. Yeah, in the long run, it's not worth it. I say what people should be preaching in the forex industry is save up anywhere from a small minimum of 5 grand to a nice minimum of 10 grand. Like real talk. Like if you learn, like you could put some money in the game so you could get your emotions involved and shit,
yeah,
but keep that mind frame of I can't really go hard and take this shit really serious and actually see some real money that's real to me probably in your current state of life, being that you got to save up 10 or 5 or 10,000 and you ain't just got it like that. Like, some real money you'll see will be had from that size account. Like starting with that 100, trying to flip it to 1,000 shit, 500 to 5,000. Like that's, yeah, the math is doable, but the human emotion involved and the time involved with volatility in each market is very difficult.
yep,
Like I said, the math is, yeah, it's doable. Yeah, you can make hella profitable trades day in and day out and just grow a small account. Yes, but just being real, and when you get to a point of over risking and over leveraging because you're trying to juice that account up real fast, like, yeah, bro, it's really
it's
not
bad
worth it.
habits.
It's bad habits. You gonna grow bad habits. It's way better to make $100 off a $5,000 account versus trying to flip $100 to 200.
Yeah,
You know. Yeah, we about to get stopped out of my overall move
yeah.
from
'Cause the
Friday.
only area that it possibly can start rejecting with this type of volume would be,
I put it like this: this shit right here, this is fake.
yeah,
Imagine that this
yeah,
not here, and imagine you just got a nice little swing according to this swing. You got a nice little swing right here, and you continue.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. No,
don't
I
even
like
pay
that.
this no
I like
mind.
that.
This is all imagined. This is bullshit. This is a big fuck you to the market. That's where they made all their money. All the banks, all the hedge funds. This is where they made all their money right here. This right here, and this right here. This little move and this big ass move. That's where they made all their money. Fake. That was a big pump fake, like in the NBA. That's a pump fake. So this is the like the zone, based off of what we're looking at. Of course, if we zoom out, we might see better structure. But yeah, this is really the zone right here. So if it's gonna retrace, typically it's probably gonna come up to here. Maybe it could come up higher here and maybe do a three touch up in this area. Who knows? But it has every right to come up to this area
Yep.
based off of these levels.
Yep.
Don't pay this no mind. All this is just a area where it's going to next and where it's gonna surpass. That's all this is.
That is true.
So yeah, if we push up, cool. We'll wait for that next setup. A nice smooth buttery engulfing candle stick out the 1 hour, and then we taking sales again
And eating it up.
and eating it up, man. This is easy, bro. This is easy money. Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Just stack your bread. Go work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, but do it for the sole fact you about to drop 5K. But like
Yeah.
I said, if you do it in the meantime, throw 100 in there. Get your feels, get your heartbeat racing, all that. But it's not a real business. You won't take it serious until you have that type of money and using real
But I think I,
risk.
I think it's even deeper than that because you you won't have that mentality. I mean, you don't have it without money. Money ain't gonna give it to you either to trade with discipline and everything that comes with that. Like you have that before you come to the market and then you can be successful. Like if you don't have discipline in life and stuff like that, then it won't translate
Biggest
uh,
facts.
to the market. So the money,
That's
yes, as
1,000%.
far as like to make the type of returns to where you don't have to work anymore. Yeah, I would say yeah for sure 1 to 5,000, and I'm sorry 5 to 10,000, and yes, you can be pulling in your weekly. I'm sorry, your biweekly to monthly pay that you had before. You could be doing that in a couple of days, a week for sure. So I get that part of it, but yeah, if you are not disciplined in everyday life, then it won't be the same in trading. Like it will actually be horrible, like you would be like, dang, why did that guy tell me to save up 5,000 and deposit? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. And I just speaking on paper trading and shit. Like I really don't feel like you get enough emotion with paper trading. Yeah, it's cool. It is real markets moving when you paper trade and using fake accounts, but I feel like putting some money in the game, put some skin in the game, and really get your emotions flowing. And
Oh yeah, yeah,
you
I get that. Yeah, put 50 to $100.
yeah,
Like
yeah. But
you
on the
know,
side, be stacking for that big bank because even if it take you a year, and I wanted to take you a year because you should want to be a rookie and a freshman in this game before just making a boatload of money, because it's not even the time it takes to learn this task, it's the market, bro. You
yep,
want to be long enough in the market to feel certain quarters of the year, because
yep. You
certain
gotta
market
understand. You gotta understand. I didn't
shifts.
mean to cut you off. Yeah, being in a
Nah,
bullish
you
market
already know.
and
You
being in
already
a
know.
bearish market.
You already know, and that happens in different times of the year. So you don't want to be making a boatload of money the first 3 months and you never experienced the winter.
Because when that L
So
come around and stuff, things flip on
man,
you. Yeah,
now you losing 20 bands a day versus if you would have just learned, you would have realized what's to come, and
yeah,
you wouldn't have took that L like that. So that's really what the time is. The time is spent in just learning the markets as they move throughout the year. Like fuck the notice we ain't talk about no strategy. Like it ain't about the strategy, nigga. It's millions of strategies. Pick
yeah.
one.
At
You
all.
know, like,
That ain't about the
but
strategy
like you
at
said,
all.
it's the discipline and the the right amount of money to really start and really make something of this, versus trying to do all that YouTube shit. you know I could start with $100 and change my life, you know
Yep.
in 2 months.
Yep.
Like, bro, that's if everything go right. And with human emotion, everything don't go right.
That's
you
true.
know we already trained to work for a wage. So when you put in work, you're supposed to get paid. But this is a totally different monster. You could put in all the work you want and still take L's.
Yep. Because it's not
So
about it's not about work. It's about flowing. You gotta be able to flow. Like,
which
can
is
you
consistency,
yes, are you still enough to float in water when it's wavy? Can you still lay on your back and just float, go with the current?
right?
Like, yeah, man.
Don't get too excited,
Don't get too excited because you go drown.
right? Because all,
So
like, look at this as I zoom out. All this is excitement. Like, you could have caught a whole lot of money on this move, right? This is excitement move. All this buys, excitement, quick sales, reversals off this high excitement. But look from this point. Look at all this just nice, easy flowing money.
yep,
Just nice, easy flowing money all the way to the bottom. Like, even if you missed all this excitement, you still got nice, easy flowing money.
yep,
Like, so that's all a part of just overall knowing that and being in the market long enough to see the character changes and structure and how it goes from bullish to bearish. What makes it really change from bullish to bearish? Like, you got to see that. You can't be in here for 3 months and expect to see enough. Like, that's what 12 weekly candles.
yeah, yep.
That's not really a lot, but hey, like you said, man, to each his own. But yeah, man. As far as what the daily look like we can come high as 62.70,
Yep. We can reach up there. Um,
and that's right up in here on the hourly. Basically, at this manipulation situation, they might be trying to. So they probably filled a lot of orders, but didn't fill enough. So they could be making the market go bullish, so they can continue to fill their orders up here and turn around. You might see a nice little shift up here. If we don't get it down here, we could see it up in this zone where they cause all that manipulation at. So
yeah. Then you got an area on the 15 minutes, 62.50 to like
50,
62.30. 62.30
62.50.
to 62.50, that little area right there. It can
Yeah,
probably reach up into there and then reject.
yep, I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
So that's the area I also got marked too, just to see if it'll give us another opportunity because that was a color change that just wasn't strong. Um,
And it wasn't at a strong enough zone. That's all
yes,
it was.
yes,
If it would have been more near the 62.50 level, which is like the midpoint psychological area, then that would have been, it would have, not only that it would have been a better trade, but it probably would have had a lot more room to turn around and retest to these lows
yeah,
and make it more of a valuable move. But yeah, that's a good thing about these markets. Nobody knows. It's just your your chance to decipher what happened and what will potentially happen next, or what has the most high probability of happening next. Yeah, we took out the high of this wick too, so It's definitely telling us something.
Mm-hmm.
So what you thinking overall as far as with the news, being that we got strong news on Thursday? Looking at these daily candles, what you think? I mean, we had a nice big wick,
Yeah,
even though it was a bullish candle.
I can see it probably wicking up, but it's gonna keep on dropping.
Oh yeah,
I really think this week will be another um bearish candle.
gotcha.
Another bearish candle. Uh well, let me say this. We're gonna get a lot of bearish movement this week. I don't know if it doesn't close bearish, that'll be crazy. Then, I'll probably be getting buys. But I think it's gonna, like, mostly for this week, you're gonna get bearish movement. I would
It would
like to.
have to engulf this to really change your mind fully.
Oh yeah, as far as like just buys, just for
Yeah,
trading alone, you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
But
yeah.
overall, like, yeah, the weekly is like, no, we good. We got some clean traffic. Let's hit the road at 5 a.m. I don't want to wake up at 9 o'clock and get on the road. Let's get this
Shit,
early because this
London
is
gonna get it
clean
started.
traffic for sure. And that's
London
another
gonna
thing, man. It's just nothing but retracement of what happened. Like, that was a strong
right here. That's a
daily
strong move.
candle. And that, no, like that Friday daily candle,
Oh
that
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
that was heavy, on a Friday. Like, what? So this is nothing but a retest up. And if it doesn't, it engulfs it, then yeah, man, that was a fake out possibly. But I just don't see any fake outs happening on the end of a week. Like, no, that's price action, man, at its best.
Yeah. I do say though, if we do close bullish, I do see how I can see, depending on how interest rates for next month can shift the trend of the dollar. It can push as high as up in these levels.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
man.
this area and this area was the last area to retrace any down movement. Like all this down movement got retraced here, got retraced here. All this hasn't been retraced yet.
Right.
So I'm just speaking out that type of situation. It could push higher, retrace all this, and then melt to,
True.
to these levels right here. Way back in 2020.
Yeah, we
Bam.
definitely going there. Like, yeah, for all my, what they call it, long term, traders, if they, yeah, man, they are loading up on the weekly charts.
hmm
Like, loading up on sales. Like, I mean, now you at the bottom, but come on, man.
Yeah, I could just see it. Like watch it, looking at this chart next summer. I could just see it melting. Like this right here, this little situation, this little scenario.
Yeah.
I could see that happening right here to get down to these lows, like just a pure meltdown,
Yeah.
and that would be the market melting, another stock market crash, housing market, like all that
Crash.
shit
Yeah,
just
because that's
crash.
coming. That's
Oh yeah, it's
coming.
coming, and that's what that would be. Bam, and then once we recover, do another bounce off that, and we go where we go.
Yeah. And then by that time, that's what I'm saying. By that time, things it'll be smooth. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
But now, yeah, if you people that
because
really know what they're
this
doing,
is
they got that
retracing.
bag, they've been killing it. Like in
Fact.
everything. Stocks. Like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, I got a high feeling it's gonna retrace. When it does, it's gonna retrace all this and come up to this area right up in here and turn around. But that's gonna be like the end of 2023, fucking going into 2024 when that happens. That's
Yeah.
after the crash. I feel like the crash got a high chance of happening
Yeah. Now
end of
you just
this
straight
year.
up predicting the future. Now you're getting scary.
Man, come on, man. I'm Nostradamus, man. I'm Sixtradamus. Nah, but I mean it's fun to do that because you see the patterns.
Yeah.
Like we know what this was, so we know what's in the future to come with all this hyped up bearish market that we had over the past 2 years and some. So it's just a matter of time, man. It's just a matter of time, but we here for it all, man. That's the good thing about it.
Yes.
We here for it all. We
The
utilize
ups
it
and the
to
downs.
the ups and the downs. Boy, it'd be so funny to hear people ask me like, "So you make money when it go down? Like you can make like how it work when you go down? Like yeah, I make money going up and down.
Hmm.
Like shorting is like a lost cause in the stock market to a lot of newbies and everything. Like people, I guess they don't. I guess it's like a bad thing because you making money while the company failing or some shit like that.
Yeah, no, hell no. That's just people. That's just fear. Everybody know when there's a crash going on in the world, money is being made.
It wasn't it wasn't legal until like the 60s or 70s.
For what?
Shorting the market,
Damn.
it was illegal back in the day. Like people, I don't know how they did it back in the day, but it was.
Well,
I guess it was looked as insider trading or some shit.
yeah.
But not no more. There's people that built billion-dollar hedge funds off of shorting the market.
Hmm.
So there you have it. But yeah, as we wrap this up, I guess with the news we have, which is very small, well, we got Australian news tomorrow night, got Wednesday, and we got Thursday. So we got midweek news and
Yeah.
mostly in the midweek. So yeah, I I don't see a candle closing like this for the daily after it's all said and done. If anything, I do see a wick maybe being created and then a sell off. Or if whatever this Australian dollar news tomorrow night, if it adds because this RBA meetings, I don't really know what that entails as far as with volatility, but if this motherfucker pushes up and engulfs the previous day, then we already know what time it is.
Yeah.
Or at least we know what time it's about to be.
Right.
Because one thing I do notice, the first engulfing setup that you see from a support or resistance may not be the one. You typically sometimes you could get stopped out and then another one gets created in the next like session maybe. If you get a stop out in afternoon, you may get another one at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock p.m.
Yep. That's true. The next
You
session.
know,
Yeah.
yeah. Have you
Sometimes,
noticed that from doing
Oh
it?
yeah,
Yeah,
for
sometimes.
sure.
Yeah, yeah,
For
yeah, yeah.
sure.
So yeah, yeah, man. Well, there you have it. We just broke down the Australian dollar like the goats that we are, and we'll see how it plays out. Like I said, We're not moving the market. The countries are. We're just scooping up the crumbs, baby.
Got a lot of them.
Oh, the crumbs are millions. Don't sleep on the crumbs. Millions, sometimes billions. But yeah, man, we're gonna wrap this one up. Uh, we still bearish overall. We're looking for more sales. Like we got this big area down here from 2020 that we looking to fill. So that's our ultimate take profit zone, if you will. But we're just gonna monitor it.
That's it, man.
And we'll keep everybody updated via the gram and both grams, Telegram, Instagram. So
Shiggity.
with that being said, man, we out, man.
Y'all be good. Be good, brother.
All right, my boy.
Got you.
Peace
Peace.
out.